I'm Dr. Rob Slocum. I'm the Narrative Medicine Program Coordinator at University of Kentucky Healthcare. Narrative medicine uses stories to help patients work through, talk through, find their way through the crises and challenges that come with illness and injury and treatment. But the principles of narrative medicine, helping another person to claim their story, explore their story, find themselves through their story, isn't just for patients in a hospital, although it's certainly for them, but it's for all of us, especially as we face our own challenges, such as the challenge we now face with the global pandemic that has had severe impacts all over. Each of us have been faced by, threatened by the pandemic in different ways. It has disrupted our patterns of life. We can't go to the movie or the ball game. Disrupted our patterns of work. I'm home now this day when I would normally be at work at the hospital visiting patients. Disrupted in some cases our lives severely, those who've been stricken by this disease and the threats that we all face in terms of the contagion. But in the midst of even the most significant threats, we can explore, we can discover the meaning of our lives, we can explore possibility, we can find ways to move forward. And as we move forward narratively, because our experience, I find, tends to constellate in terms of stories. I could say in my own life, I've been through different times and changes, as we all have. A new job, a new relationship, a new start to a time of life. But those stories are the way we understand them, the facts, the situations, the circumstances. They come together as stories and may be shared as stories. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "We read to know we're not alone." Well, I would add to that to say we may tell stories and know our own stories, and in so doing, to know we're not alone. So as we explore our stories, we can renegotiate the circumstances of our lives. Things have changed, things are changing, but we can make sense of them in the context of who we are and what we share. We can make sense of these things in terms of our stories. One of the ways that I've found to be helpful for this whole process of discovery and working with our story is called Journal Workshop. And with that, we may start with a prompt or reflection that leads us into questions. So today I have a short reflection from my book, Seeing and Believing. And in this book, I have a reflection called The Monkey Trap. Some trappers in South America seek to capture monkeys without harming them, to take them to zoos and such. So they take a large gourd and empty it on the inside, much as we might empty out a pumpkin to make a jack-o'-lantern at Halloween. They carve a small hole in the side of the gourd, making an opening that's just big enough for the monkey's paw. Inside, they place some tasty nuts that the monkey will love to eat, and then secure the trap. When the monkey arrives, he slips his paw into the gourd and it just fits. But when he closes his paw on the nuts, he's trapped. Of course, the monkey can leave at any time. All he has to do is let go of the nuts and he's free to go. But he doesn't want to do that. He wants the nuts. So he'll stay there with his paw in the gourd until the trappers arrive to take him away. Sometimes we trap ourselves by our unwillingness to let go. We get stuck and can't take the next steps. We hold on to something that's really gone, unavailable, or inappropriate. Maybe it's a time of life, a way of thinking, or an ended relationship. We tie ourselves down in ways that prevent us from living the life that's available right now. No amount of discussion or explanation will really make a difference. We just need to let go and move on. If your hand isn't open, you can't receive a gift. There's no room if your hands are full. If your hand is closed, you may turn away a friend or someone who could be a friend. And certainly, as Indira Gandhi says, You can't shake hands with a clenched fist. So let me pose some questions to you for your reflection. You may even want to write some things down at your own time, in your own way. If you look at your hand, what do you see? Is it closed like a fist? Are you holding on, clutching with fear? Are you full? Are you stuck? Are you trapped? Or is your hand open for all you can receive?